Friends, Convocation May 2022 is about to begin. For all of our guests in Convocation Mall, please listen closely to a few important announcements for your enjoyment and safety during the ceremony. During the ceremony, guests should remain seated and keep the aisleways clear. This is required by fire regulation. In the case of an emergency evacuation, follow the directions of event personnel to the assembly point, which is located down the stairs behind you on the track and field outside the gym. Please proceed slowly and carefully. Those with accessibility needs should proceed to the Halpern Center located to the northeast of Convocation Mall. In consideration of other guests, we ask that you refrain from conversation during the ceremony and please put cell phones on silent. Masks are no longer required in indoor or outdoor public spaces across the province and are a matter of personal choice. Please be understanding and compassionate of people's individual circumstances and choices. For those near and afar, we encourage you to share your photos and messages on social media using the hashtag #MySFUGrad. Now, would the audience please rise for the academic procession?
Tashwalab na aqueto tashnemish at salewatas stam tamech nik one's titulum to tilum at snakwash. We're the Tsleil-Waututh Warriors, part of the Tsleil-Waututh people, and the song we shared with you today is our paddle song.
Good morning. At this time, I would like to say a prayer. Creator, Lord, we, the people, are gathering here today in a respectful way. We pray for continual success, overcoming obstacles on our path through life's journey. Guide us, Lord. Continue to teach. Walk with us in grace, honor, compassion, friendship, and love. Creator, we honor your presence. May we work together, network together, learn together on our continued journey. May we share hope for a blessed day and days yet to arrive. Let us connect in a good way. Help us to listen compassionately, to speak humbly, to act justly. We pray for success, great outcomes, connections with you, Creator, Lord, guiding us. Prayers for all who walk through these doors. Keep us all safe, Lord, here as we gather. Acknowledge the huge accomplishments of our graduating students. Bless all on our daily journeys. Thank you for your mercy and grace. Amen. Good morning. Tennisqui. My name is Marie Hooper. I am an elder from the Coquitlam First Nation. Coquitlam people hold a strong connection to our lands, our territories, including Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, Port Moody, New Westminster, as well as parts of Burnaby, Surrey, Pitt Meadows. For countless generations, our families have thrived from many resources of these lands and waters. We continue to steward our lands for the protection of these resources for future generations. Coquitlam are proud traditional Hochelaga speakers. Hochelaga was once spoken widely across the lower mainland from the Fraser River Delta to around Stave River. Hochelaga names carry knowledge of our landscape, passed generation to generation, that connect people to the land. There has been a great strides towards Hochelaga language revitalization in recent years. Coquitlam people have always lived upon these lands. The lands and the waters of Coquitlam watershed have sustained our nation since before remembered times. Archaeology confirms continuous occupation on the traditional territory for at least 14,000 years. The name Coquitlam refers to redfish up the river, as early sockeye salmon that once ran in great numbers in the Coquitlam River and spawned in the Coquitlam Lake. Elders talk of these sockeye as running so thick that it was difficult to navigate canoes up the Coquitlam River. Future goals of our people to keep moving forward, to interconnect, bridge the gap, to have diversity and unity amongst all cultures here in Canada and around the world. Our core territory is Riverview, working with partners, government, and the Coquitlam First Nation, where we can continue to create our culture presence through art, carved house posts, wall, indoor, outdoor murals. New mental health and addictions and trauma facility, which has been recently built for all people, adult, children, and youth. Residential schools' intergenerational trauma passed down through generations are needed to be addressed, ongoing, spoken about, for healing to come about through reconciliation. It is my pleasure at this time to welcome the students, families, and faculties to Simon Fraser University on this graduation day. It is my honor to be amongst such accomplished individuals. I would like to congratulate each and every one of you. Walk with grace, keep moving forward on your incredible journey ahead. Failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong. Make goals, follow your heart, never give up on your dreams, accept, trust, and be yourself always. You matter. Rise above all obstacles. Remember, tomorrow is another day. My mother is 96 years old, a Coquitlam member. When I say one is never too old, because she's still learning, bless her. So you're never too old to learn or make another goal. Thank you.
Friends and family, graduates, button up your jackets and then please be seated. Thank you for sharing that warm welcome, Elder Marie Hooper, a member of the Coquitlam Nation. Her message around each and every one of us matters resonates with all of us here today. and I'd like to thank her as an SFU elder and pay my respects to elders past and present. I'd also like to thank the Tsleil-Waututh Warriors for their ceremonial opening, and to the members of the internationally famous SFU Pipe Band. Please join me in thanking them for welcoming us here today. And while today is a day of celebration, it's also important to acknowledge that it is Red Dress Day. This is a national day of awareness to remember the missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirited people who lost their lives simply because of their identity. You will see red dresses positioned around us here today and around the campus. They represent those who should still be with us. It's an honor to be here today on the traditional, unceded, and continuously occupied territory of the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam, and Coquitlam peoples. Indigenous languages became endangered in the last century as they were outlawed by successive governments. I am a native English speaker myself, but I use and practice, sometimes poorly, sometimes better, Indigenous languages to contribute to my learning, to our collective learnings, and to their ultimate revival. In the shared territory on which our university sits, there are two Indigenous languages. I recognize that the Hunkaminam and the Squamish-speaking peoples have been in a relationship with this land since time immemorial, and the place names they used are linked to activities or to the surrounding environment. We're privileged to gather here on what is now known as Burnaby Mountain, but what was first known as Tuklakweten by the Squamish people, which means where the arbutus bark gets peeled in the spring, a message and image of renewal and hope. And Saltooth, the Tsleil-Waututh place name for what is now Burnaby Mountain. The motives on the regalia that President Johnson and I are wearing were selected by the hereditary chief Janice George and Willard Buddy Joseph. The motives represent the First Peoples and the food harvested here on Burnaby Mountain. We're both deeply honored to wear this regalia as SFU, and in fact our entire country, continue on our collective path forward towards reconciliation. I'd now like to invite Mr. Ethan Lowe, who is a third-year student in the Faculty of Environment and a current member of the SFU choir, to lead us in the singing of O Canada. For those of you online, please join us. For those of you in attendance, please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you so much, Edwin. We have such talented students here at Simon Fraser University. Friends and family, please be seated. I declare Convocation assembled for the celebration of our alumni who graduated in 2020 and 2021. Madam President, members of the Board of Governors, Senate, faculty, honored guests, alumni, and friends, my name is Tamara Vrooman, and I am Chancellor of Simon Fraser University. We are so delighted and honored that at this time you were able to gather in person to celebrate something quite historic at our university, the conferring of degrees for a second time, to ensure that we can do that in person and celebrate together. In attendance today are a number of distinguished guests in the audience and on the platform, including members of Senate, vice presidents, deans, and faculty. I'd like to acknowledge Angie Hall, Chair of the SFU Board of Governors, Angela George, member of the SFU Board of Governors, an SFU alumnus who will be honored for the completion of her degree today, who is also graduating. Dr. Diane Sowden, honorary degree recipient, who will be giving the convocation address this morning, and our SFU alumni legacy parents and families. Welcome to all of you online and in Convocation Mall. Honored guests, President Johnson, it's just so wonderful to welcome you back here to Simon Fraser University. After the last 2 years, I don't think I'll ever tire of seeing people's faces and saying how wonderful it is to be in person again. I'm sure there were times when you wondered if this day would come. I know I started to have a few doubts about last fall, just a few. But here we are, together at last to celebrate this important milestone in your lives. My heartfelt congratulations to you, your family, friends, and loved ones. As I look out at all of you and beyond to the surrounding campus, I think about how important institutions like SFU are to our lives, how they're more than just buildings, how they teach, empower, and encourage us, and most important, how they anchor us in times of struggle and in times of triumph in our community. A leading politician from my youth once said, "There is no society, only individuals." That was Margaret Thatcher, by the way. The last 2 years, in my view, have shown how wrong that was. Community helps give our lives meaning, direction, and purpose. When our community is taken from us, it can be very disorienting, disheartening, confusing. Yet we yearn for it. And there's no better feeling than returning to it. As you have done today, returning to SFU to celebrate your accomplishments with your friends, your families, and with your peers. As the first in my family to attend university, and now as SFU Chancellor, I have leaned heavily on the academic community for support, connection, and for guidance to navigate through the past 2 years. And in fact, what I've learned from my time at university has helped me throughout my life. It's helped me better understand the world and what I can do to change it. It's empowered me, it's made me a better public servant, a better business leader, and a better citizen. And it's nurtured in me the instinct for empathy, for compassion, and for understanding the collective journey that we're all on. That spirit is embedded in SFU's DNA. At our best, SFU always strives to make a difference in the wider world. We don't just sit on the sidelines and watch others. We actively engage in the communities we serve to change lives. It's why I love SFU. It's why it's such an honor to make even a small contribution to its success as its Chancellor. And when I reflect on SFU's impact and purpose, I think about how important it is that we tend to institutions that we love. We should never take them for granted or just assume they will be there in the same way, waiting for us forever. The stresses of the last 2 years, and especially the last few months in Europe and Ukraine, have shown us how fragile institutions can be. And we've learned how much work it takes to sustain them. And not only just sustain them, but to ensure that they thrive and to make them better. Our democratic and legal institutions, our civic and social institutions, certainly our educational institutions, they don't exist out there in the ether. They're not someone else's responsibility. They belong to us, to all of us. And SFU in that way belongs to you. You contributed your energy and passion for learning. You contributed kindness and compassion. You contributed ideas to make the university better, more equitable, more inclusive, more sustainable, more like the world we all want to see. And wherever you go from here, I know you will take a piece of SFU with you as you continue to do the same. We're living through a time of profound change and uncertainty. Many of you may want to make a difference, but aren't sure where to start. But as I leave you today, and as you leave the campus today, I want to remind you, you already have started. You did that here at SFU. Graduates, on behalf of everyone at SFU, faculty, staff, nearly 180,000 alumni spread across the world, I want to say thank you. Thank you for coming back to celebrate with us. Thank you for everything you gave to this community while you were here, your community. We are so grateful to have spent this time with you, and we look forward to seeing you again. Congratulations to you all. It's now my pleasure to call upon the president of our university, Dr. Joy Johnson, for her address. Dr. Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Chancellor, and thanks for reminding us about the importance of tending to our institutions. I want to begin by also acknowledging that I'm privileged to be speaking to you today from the unceded traditional territories of the Tsleil-Waututh, the Coquitlam, the Squamish, and the Musqueam peoples. And as a settler on these lands, I recognize that I also have a responsibility to address and repair relations with Indigenous people. And really acknowledging this is a very important step towards reconciliation. It's a chilly day, but it's a fantastic day today. Welcome back. Welcome back to SFU, live and in person. It did take a little bit longer than we expected. A few things happened along the way, you know, small things like a global pandemic, but you did it. You're here. Look at the numbers that are here with us today. Together, we are here to celebrate your enormous accomplishment, and it should be celebrated with everyone who helped you along the way. Friends, family, loved ones, faculty, staff. We are so thrilled to have you and so proud of you. I have been to many, many graduation ceremonies over the years. All of them are memorable in their own way. But I've got to tell you, today's ceremony stands alone. For me, your return to SFU conveys the spirit of resilience, hope, and collective endeavor that helped us to get through the last 2 years. I know that you never expected to complete your degrees from home, sheltered in place, and I know it wasn't easy. I know it took enormous mental and physical and an economic toll on you as well. And as a lifelong educator, I have always believed in the power of education to transform lives and the world. But I've never seen education and learning pursued with such incredible tenacity, with such patience, with such purpose. And for that, your graduating class will long be remembered. For that, we are so very thankful. Of course, I wish I could say that it does get easier from here, but I'm not so sure that it will. Every generation is called upon to confront new challenges, and yours carries a heavy load. Wars, repression, climate change, autocracy. We're living through a time of profound uncertainty and change, perhaps greater than at any time in living memory. But as daunting as this can seem, I want you to remember that our world is also alive with examples of compassion and moral courage. Here at home, I think of the struggle of Indigenous peoples for meaningful reconciliation and decolonization. I think of our health and frontline workers who sacrificed so much through COVID-19. I think of all of those who are working to ease the suffering in the Ukraine. And I think of all that the SFU community is doing to build a better community and world. From research into vaccines and public health to work that we're doing to fight climate change and chart a clean energy future. To the promotion of democracy and a more equitable future, to the protection of refugees and scholars at risk. And I want to offer my very special thanks today to all those SFU faculty and staff who have stepped up to host scholars and others at risk in this very difficult time. Your support embodies a larger commitment to intellectual freedom and global citizenship that is the moral core of our university community. A community to which all of you, no matter what you choose to do or where life takes you, will always belong. You are part of an extended family of SFU alumni that spans the country and the globe. People from all walks of life doing extraordinary things. So I encourage you, connect with them, learn from them, and know that we, everyone in the SFU community, are always here for you. So please do not be a stranger. We want to keep hearing from you, learning from you, telling you how proud we are of everything that you're accomplishing, because we are so very proud and always will be. So graduates of 2020 and 2021, welcome back and welcome home. Our heartfelt thanks and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Johnson. SFU's honorary degree is the highest honor conferred by the university. Degrees are awarded to distinguished individuals in recognition of their scholarly, scientific, or artistic achievement, or in recognition of exceptional contribution to the public good through professional or philanthropic activity. Their achievements celebrate our university's values and serve as an inspiration. They're role models to our students, graduates, alumni, and indeed our broader community. Dr. Diane Sowden was conferred an honorary degree in spring 2020, and we are delighted that she will be providing the convocation address to us today. To present Dr. Sowden, I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Joanne Curry. Dr. Curry is SFU's President, External Relations, and has made a career of advancing post-secondary education and connecting the university with community, government, and business. She led the establishment of SFU's Surrey campus in 2002 as its initial executive director. Joanne holds a doctorate in business from the University of Bath in the United Kingdom and is a proud alumnus of SFU with a Master's of Business Administration. Welcome to the podium, Dr. Curry.
Diane Sowden is a tireless champion in the struggle against the sexual exploitation of children. Through her passionate advocacy and outreach, she personifies SFU's core value of engaging the community for the public good. A longtime Coquitlam school trustee, Dr. Sowden is actively committed to supporting children and youth in all areas of her life. Diane and her husband Rob are parents and caregivers to a very large family of biological, adopted, and foster children, including adults with disabilities. She is the founder and recently retired executive director of the Coquitlam-based Children of the Street Society, now under the umbrella of Plea Community Services. And for 25 years, she has helped to educate parents, teachers, caregivers, police, and community agencies about how to prevent youth from sexual exploitation and human trafficking. This was a calling born from crisis. In the early 1990s, her own daughter, just 13 years old, had been lured into drug addiction and sold into sex trafficking to cover a drug debt. Helpless under the law, her daughter was free to sign herself out of treatment. Dr. Sowden sought to make a difference for other families, founding Children of the Street in 1995. During Dr. Sowden's tenure, the organization made a deep and lasting contribution to the public's awareness around issues of child luring and sex trafficking. She's presented more than 500 workshops in BC schools each year, advocating for child victims and their families in court, and helping to raise the age of consent from 14 to 16. Diane and her team have raised millions of dollars through corporate and government grants to educate children and teens about how to stay safe from sexual exploitation in person and online. Dr. Sowden's efforts have garnered a number of awards, including Ministry of Attorney General's Anthony Hume Award of Distinction, the Solicitor General's Crime Prevention and Community Safety Awards, and the BC Association of Broadcasters Humanitarian Award. In 2022, she was inducted as a member of the Order of Canada. In recognition of Diane Sowden's strength, vision, and determination to make British Columbia a safer place for children, she was conferred the honorary degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa in 2020.
Dr. Diane Sowden will be ceremonially hooded by Dr. Elizabeth Ellie, Vice Provost and Associate Vice President, Learning and Teaching, and Mr. Tom Nault, University Registrar and Executive Director, Student Enrollment. Just for a minute, we all have to do it.
It is now with pleasure that I call on Dr. Diane Sowden to deliver the convocation address.
Good morning. It's a great honor to be here today. First, I'd like to acknowledge today is Red Dress Day. In memory of the lives of missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, two-spirited across Canada, my thoughts and hearts are with the families. I know what it's like to worry about where a child is. Thank you to the Chancellor and the President, along with all Simon Fraser community, for this wonderful honor. I would not be here today without the support of many individuals, including staff, friends, and family. It's very humbling, and I know my kids that are here today are thinking right now, Mom, please don't cry. I'll try. To the staff, of SFU, thank you for all your hard work. Without your overwhelming dedication to students, we would not be celebrating such a large graduation. To the parents, I feel and understand the great sense of pride that you are experiencing this moment. To the 2020 and 21 grads, welcome back to SFU. You graduated from the Beedie School of Business. Congratulations and well done. I'd like to make a special mention to the grads who spent time in foster care during their childhood. In BC, less than half of former youth in care graduate from high school, yet you are here today. To all the grads, I'm very privileged to be here to share your special day. The degree you have received will influence your lifetime. It will be the foundation of where you go from here. Graduating is the beginning of your future careers. With a business degree, you are not limited to one sector. You have the opportunity to own your own business, work in the government, the corporate world, or public service. It's important for all of you to have dreams, to have a vision, to know where you want to go. As you go on your journey, do not travel with blinders on. If you do, you will miss the side roads that can open up opportunities that are not part of your vision or goals at this moment. I'd like to share a couple of milestone side roads that changed my life and who I am today. Many years ago, I started a market research company, which ended up with a staff of over 200. Then a side road appeared. Due to a family crisis, my passions changed, leading me to incorporate a nonprofit, Children of the Street Society, which was a huge learning curve. Thankfully, my business experience was a great benefit in setting up board directors, bylaws, HR, business plans, counting, grant writing, and more grant writing. I learned many nonprofits are started through passion, developed by personal experience. But due to the lack of business background, most don't reach their full potential or fail. As the executive director, I had no problem finding staff with passion. But the big problem was finding staff with passion and a business background. As the executive director, I had the opportunity to work with the BC government to bring changes to the Child, Family and Community Act, as well as the federal government to advocate changes to the criminal code. In 2000, I had the privilege to testify before the Federal Standing Committee on Justice and Human Rights about the lack of support for addicted teens and their caregivers. Another side road I took, due to my past of doing political polls, I developed an interest in politics, which grew during my nonprofit. I ran in my first election in 2005 as school trustee and served for 4 terms before retiring in 2018. Again, never in the vision. You cannot be afraid to take some side roads due to fear of failure. There is no disgrace in failing. The only disgrace is if you don't try, you will regret it for the rest of your life. As you plan your future careers, as you build your lives, you will want to succeed. But the most important thing that you can do is not let other people define success for you. You must set the criteria that will indicate to you whether you've succeeded or not. You set the bar of success, and each one of you should have a different definition of success, and it should be yours and yours alone. My personal advice to you is whatever you do, whatever career you stake out, make sure you find some time to give back. The power of volunteering, public service can do so much and change so many lives. Most importantly, It defines who you are to yourself. As you move forward from this day, make wise choices, learn from your mistakes, and always be proud of what you've accomplished. Along the way, be sure to make room for people you love and love you. This is one of the most important ingredients of having a satisfying life. Congratulations and enjoy your successes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sowden. I really love the notion of going through life without the blinders, and clearly you have not had blinders on, so thank you very much. You're an inspiration. And welcome as a new alumni of Simon Fraser University. Our alumni are incredibly important to us. When you all graduated from Simon Fraser University, you were sent an alumni pin. It was in your convocation celebration box, and it's a symbolic gift. It's a gift that launched you in your new roles as an alumni at Simon Fraser University. Ms. Claire Wilson received a Bachelor of Arts in Women's Studies and History in 2013, as well as a Master's of Arts degree in Gender, Sexuality, and Women's Studies in 2021. She's also currently the Secretary of the SFU Alumni Association Board. I invite Claire to the lectern to bring you greetings from the SFU Alumni Association. Claire.
Thank you, President Johnson. Good morning. It is truly my pleasure to see all of you here in person today. You have been exclusive members of a group of SFU alumni since you graduated. It's a community of change makers, problem solvers, leaders, collaborators, and industrious alumni around the globe. Wherever you go, SFU alumni will be cheering you on. As alumni, you serve as ambassadors for SFU in your communities. Through your journey, you will continue to inspire current and future students to dream, to strive for excellence, and to leave their own mark on the world. Please stay connected with SFU alumni. We want to hear from you and have the chance to celebrate in your successes. As you cross the stage today, be proud of your accomplishments, everything it took to be in this moment. Be proud of your SFU credentials, and importantly, thank you all for investing your time, energy, and talents in this great university. I hope you can join us for the faculty and alumni celebration that follows today's ceremony in the West Mall Center. Congratulations.
As an incentive, I want you to know there will be hot drinks up there. Thank you so much, Claire. Before those from the class of 2020 and 2021 are presented individually to the Chancellor, Ms. Kimberley Venn, a student speaker at Convocation Spring 2020, is going to provide the graduation address. Ms. Kimberley Venn graduated with an honors Bachelor of Business Administration with a concentration in marketing and operations, as well as 2 certificates in 2020. She's been working as a consultant with McKinsey & Company and has stayed connected with Beedie as a case competition coach and young women in business mentor. Later this month, Kimberley will begin a year-long fellowship with Generation, a nonprofit organization focused on reducing employment inaccessibility and creating life-changing careers for people around the world. I am now pleased to call upon Ms. Venn.
Thank you, President Joy Johnson, and thank you to the students, professors, staff, and families and friends for not only coming out to support us and celebrate our accomplishments and graduation today, but for also supporting us throughout our journey at the Beedie School of Business. When I found out I'd received the honor of giving the commencement address in 2020, I never imagined myself standing on this stage 2 years, but somehow a lifetime later. In 2020, the task of writing this speech seemed simple because we'd spent the last 2, 4, 5, or sometimes even more of the last years together. Although we'd all carved our own unique paths in university, some of us joining BAS while others competing in JDC West, and some of us looking forward to taking finance while others running far away in the opposite direction of marketing. We had formed these communal memories that had bonded us together. We knew that walking into the business lounge at any hour of the day meant running into a friend, that frosh was really just an excuse to show off your skills in a dance competition, and that the Tim Hortons lineup was always just a little bit too long to arrive to class on time. But here we are now, finally reuniting 1 or 2 years later, but with a bit more wisdom, self-awareness, and most importantly, unique identities forged from our experiences out in the real world. While I may not be able to capture all of the stories of the diverse paths life's propelled us on since graduating, there are 2 notions I believe hold true for us all. The first is that we should be incredibly proud of the person we've become today from who we were the day our graduation was supposed to take place. Despite the challenges thrown our way, a global pandemic, recession, social isolation, we adapted and persisted within this ever-changing environment and became the accountants, analysts, founders, visionaries, and leaders within our communities. When job offers were rescinded or delayed, we pivoted with grace to find new careers that were more fitting and indescribable than we ever imagined before. When restrictions and outbreaks kept us apart from our friends and family, we embraced unconventional ways to spend time together, from virtual happy hours to frequent FaceTime calls. And when the world went online, we endured classmates and colleagues taking months to learn how to unmute their microphones, yet we still managed to join every call with a smile. We should be proud of ourselves for formulating our foundations as adults under the toughest of environments, and now as the world opens back up, I know that we're ready to thrive. The second notion that I believe holds true for us all is that nothing can ever quite recreate the indescribable era of our lives that was university. For starters, only in university could you wake up at 6 a.m. on Monday and 1 p.m. on Tuesday and be considered someone who was managing their schedule well. You could travel across the world with 3 or even sometimes 50 of your best friends for case competitions, and you were guaranteed at least 8 weeks of vacation a year without having to ask in advance for approval. But more important than the extra sleep or vacation days, university was a microcosm for exploration, friendship, self-discovery, and it was an environment in which we weren't afraid to take risks. While we can't bring to life the nostalgia of university today, we can strive to embrace the mentality we had in it, because that is what made it so truly magical. So as we leave here today and embark on another new beginning, this is my challenge to the undergraduate and graduate classes of 2020 and 2021. Be as curious in following what piques your interest now as you were when you changed your concentrations back and forth so many times your parents no longer knew what you were studying. Be as fearless in exploring what the world has to offer now as you were when you packed up your bags to study abroad, or even more brave, left your families and homes to come to Vancouver to study. Be as passionate about the work that you do now as you were when you poured hours into training for case competitions, organizing student club events, or studying so late at night you saw the WMC raccoons. Be as accepting of others now as you were when you made your best friends for life just because you were sitting next to them on the first day of class. And most importantly, be as authentic and bold in building your future now as you were when you spent years dreaming of this moment as a student. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Congratulations, classes of 2020 and 2021.
Thank you very much, Kimberley. Wise words indeed, and all the best with your future. Those from the 2020 and 2021 classes who are in attendance today will now be presented to the Chancellor. So, will the honored graduates please rise? Always takes a minute, this thing. Yeah. Madam Chancellor, I present to you those scholars that have fulfilled the statutory requirements in 2020 and 2021 as laid down by the Senate of this university.
It is now my pleasure to give the admission, to admit you all to your degrees by virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university. I am delighted that each of you have been admitted to your various and several degrees. Today we're here to celebrate your accomplishments. Congratulations. Please be seated.
The members of the graduating classes from 2020 and 2021 here in Convocation Mall will now be presented individually to the Chancellor. But first, a few requests for those of you in the mall today. Family and friends, as a courtesy to others, we'd ask that you just remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony. We welcome you to applaud, cheer, and share the joy that you have for your graduate as they cross the stage. Today is a day of celebration. Honored graduates, after you have crossed the stage, please return to your seats. And now, the moment that we have all been waiting for, the 2020-2021 graduates from the Beedie School of Business will now be presented. Madam Chancellor, I invite Associate Dean Graduate Programs, Beedie School of Business, Dr. Andrew Gimino, to begin the presentation of those who have earned graduate degrees.
Madam Chancellor, the graduate of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented, and I invite our Faculty Dean, Dr. Ujwal Kayende, to join us. Ujwal.
Dr. Cynthia Lee, supervised by Dr. Carol Hrasdell.
Madam Chancellor, the graduates for the master's degree in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented.
Brian Abraham. Angelica Acosta. Ajit Amar. Neil Andrews. Gerardo Enrique Artiaga Gonzalez.
Iman Askari Bayazi.
Florence Ah.
Thank you.
Muguya Birenzo Bagambire. Olia Olila. Michael Barone. Kirandeep Kaur Bhatti.
Eric Brinkman.
Jeff Broadfoot. Richard Brodowski. Marion Louise Brown.
There we go. Yes.
William Ofori Anof Budu. Catalin Bujoranu. Ruby Chang. Percival Chang. Laura Ann Costello.
Valerie Cross.
Phil Cunningham. Kai Nielsen.
Mariam Dasbach.
Alana Darnell. Adrian Davies. Stephen Satinder Singh Diol. Constance Deschamps. Jagdeep Dot. Andrew Scott Dickens. Casey Dieterle. Jose Luis Dominguez Damas. Christopher Eddy. Paulo Equibus. Heather Fader.
Jennifer Fullenton.
Angela George. Angana Ghosh. Yue Fong Gong.
Shelley Graham.
Jeannie Han. Vicente Herrera Acevedo. Ivan Illich. Sonia Jakovickas. Justin Joseph. Muhammad Kalas. Marilyn Joseph Williams. Pete Coate. Aaron Cranabetter. Sheldon Leader. Melissa Liang. Jason Lee. Alvin Lin. Andrew Liu. Michael James Lomax. Jane Feng Jiao Lu. Edmund Luck. Keir McDonald. Kofi Nkansamano. Matthew Martin. Jeff Mathers. Malcolm McDonald. Christopher McGregor. Ryan McKee. Santosh Mohanan. Behar Mokarami. Mala Muniswamy. Ali Nematolahi. Hua Nguyen. Ali Nico. Danielle O'Day, Emery Oatgen, Corey Lynn O'Kell, Sean William O'Leary, Alvin Ong,
Danny Palanova, Nilesh Patel,
Lex Perry, Jenny Filbert, Jolibel Polanco, Yasmin Raymond, Vijay Raju, Sharam Rakshanfar, Yunus Rashidi, Sanjana Ball, Kate Reeves, Paul Reichard, Manraj Kaur Riat, Marcia Robinson, Shahab Samimi, Andres Sanchez, Shikong Sharma, Laxinder Singh, Ankita Singh, Sandor Smith, Danny Sren, Maria Stefanova, Suzanne Stockdill, Michael Strang, Michelle Schultz, Joyce Tang, Manraj Thind, Shauna Tonsaker, Joseph Tutusis, Alan Ursa, Vibha Veda Prakash, Victoria Maria Ventura Cáceres, Maurizio Villacres, Yanan April Wang, Sarah Weber, Verona Adeline White Cow, Sequalia Ann Louise Wannock, Kelly Fraser Williams, Angie Iona Williams, Jingbo Mike Young, Martin Youssef, Riza Zahiri, Lisha Zan,
Ella Bohinska,
Salman Panjwani,
Hold on. Pat? So I think it's still Masters. He's saying go forward.
We have the Master of Science in Finance coming.
Let's keep going. Next.
Jamie Jennifer Kane.
Hey, we're in. Now we're in.
Sina Fanian. David Jung. Mina Saif. Sanaz Taverdian. Tanch Utku. Dingwen Zhang.
Madam Chancellor, the graduates who have completed the requirements for the graduate diploma in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented.
Dustin Bartu. Hutan Jarolahi. Ella Reichelt. Jiwake Chamara Paris. Shayan Fahimi. Tara Tofihi. Gary Sidhu.
Madam Chancellor, the graduates who have completed the requirements for the graduate certificate in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented.
Madam Chancellor, I invite the Dean of the Beedie School of Business, Dr. Ujwal Kayende, to begin the presentation of graduates who have earned undergraduate degrees.
Madam Chancellor. Madam Chancellor, the graduates of the degree of the Bachelor of Business Administration in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented. The first graduate, Mr. Gary Sidhu, is the recipient of the Dean's Convocation Medal for Academic Excellence. When Mr. Sidhu was at SFU, he received 7 scholarships, no less, 7 scholarships. And was selected for the Beedie Endowment Asset Management Fund, where he picked stocks for the 6.7 million student-run fund. He was also part of SFU's Bank of Canada Governor's Challenge team, where he helped analyze the Canadian economy and make policy recommendations to the Bank of Canada. He successfully completed internships in private equity in Montreal and investment banking in Vancouver, and is currently working as an investment banker. Please congratulate Mr. Gary Sidhu. Madam Chancellor, the remaining graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented.
Jalen Ike. David Moshape Ajayi. Mohammed Dabas. Sumit Ark. Angel Atwal.
Paul Atwal.
Dana Bakay. Sydney Baines. Brinko Bashatak. Baljinder Bal. Amy Balbosa. Amandeep Bamra. Prabjot Bamra. James Barker.
Norbu Bowring Stang.
Kamaldeep Singh Basra. Jada Bazran. Taha Ben Ismail. Angelina Berlian. Vinny Barati. Tarun Butoy. Karen Bullar. Angela Birdie. Nathan Bowie. Tina Borchinen. Idrina Bowmeister. Rosie Brar. Elise Bergert. Amanda Tai. Emilio Cantagallo. Diane Katana. Cole Cavalieri. Eugene Chack. Ashley Chan. Bethany Chan. Nicole Chan. Noelle Ann E. Chan. Nicole Chan. Chun Hap Chan. Jessica Gar E. Chan. Keith Chan. Gundveer Singh Chandi. Ryan Chang.
Susanna Chang.
Jane Chang. Joshua Cherensuk.
Andreas Cheviraga.
Hansika Chawla. Michelle Chen. Kathy Chen. Yingzu Chen. Liu Shan Chen.
Sam Chen.
Vivian Chen. Matthew Cheng. Calvin Chung. Enoch Chung.
Adam Chung.
Christy Chung. Hazel Fonting Chung. Jared Wingfong Chu. Ivan Chong. Matthew Chow. Laura Chu. Adam Chu. Ganeev Kaur Chugg. Irene Jia Min Chung. Jennifer Dow. Nicholas DeMarco.
Teresa Jade Doan.
Michelle Dong. Marina Dratwa. Eleanor Louise Pascual Delaga. T. Nok Mai Zung. Mersal Imami. Juan Miguel Ferreira. Holly Fong. Michael Fong. Jasmine Fuladi. Crystal Wing Ah Fong. Tracy Gao. Brad Gardner. Adar Gore.
Andre Gassi.
Yai Gil. Gursahib Gill. Braden Gill.
Manroop Gill.
John Mackenzie Go. Brianna Gregory. Gagandeep Graywall. Sean Gunaratnam. Motong Guo. Billy Han. Gurjit Hans. Angela He. Jocelyn Maria Hernandez Ariola. Derek Hionata. Alex Ho. Arib Arshad Hukmani. Brendan Hoy. Simon Hu. Erica Huang. Matthew Sullivan Hummer. Daniel Hung. Nok Min Zuen Diane Huynh. Andrea Imola. Cameron Inglis. Carolyn Yu. Sharon Janjinko. Felicity Jung. Joshua Juni. Tom Kadota. Ke Yin Kang, Jenna Karmali, Harpreet Kaur, Michelle Kazani, Rehan Khan, Nizam Khojazada, Brian Kim, Aram Kim, Will Kinnaird, Janvi Kocher, Karishma Kotari, Christine Kwan, Anthony Gordon Kwan, Danielle Kwok, Kaman Kwok, Jessica Kwok, Patrick Labrador, Mary Lai, Navneet Lali, Hien Lam, Nathan Lau, Rachel Lau, Justin Matthew Lau, Dmitry Lavrentiev, Melissa Lee, Annie Kayan Lee, Hera Lee, Stephen Lee, Natalie Lee, Michael Lee, Mariel Lee, Kunwoo Jason Lee, Jordan Leong, Alan William Leong, Paige Letham, Emily Leung, Vicky Leung,
Vicky Leung.
Casey Leung, Hillary Lee, Lily Lee, Mandy Lee, D. Lavender Lee, Lee Shinkai, Dustin Lee, Sire Lee, Napasorn Lemapichat, Jimmy Litt, Chris Sun Lu, Ting Ting Lu, Valerie Lowe, Daniel Jutbao Lowe, Wendy Liu,
Hen Yun Lan.
Eldon Ma. Molly McClay. Alexander McLeod. Jordan May Mahaffey. Ardi Mahmood. Anit Mully. Harvarpal Singh Mund. Ryan Matkovich. Jacob Matkovich. Graham McLean.
Griffin Medwed.
Brendan Mello. Theodora Murcia. Nancy Mo. Ali Riza Mesforouche.
Saif Ali.
Aliyah Mokhtar. Stephanie Mui. Marcus Murdoch. Anika Ing. Nelson Ing. Sammy Ing. Trang No. Jessica Nguyen. Kenny Nguyen. Martin Novak. Siti Saranur Saidi. Alfred L. Ocampo.
User Uj.
Harjan Pada. Matthew Parsons. Nicole Paul. Pridika Pawar. Mobina Payman. Tung Cloris Pung. Andrea Pham. Aaron Kangti Pai. Elvina Prasad. Jesse Chin. Huan San Chin. Halin Kwan. Giselle Rosaline Kwan. Scott Kwan. Sanzida Raman. Alicia Rana.
Amrit Randhawa.
Navin Kumar Ravindra. Janice Wren. Renuka. Miguel Adolfo Resendez Jimenez. Paul Richard. Elia Rome. Sabrina Sandhu. Sanjor Singh Sandhu. Regan Scott. Tarveen Kaur Sethi. Billy Shergill. Sun Xue Shi. Janet Shum, Ryan Shum, Darren Sin, Suruchi Singal, Gail Valerie Season, Ryan Hsu, Xander Skelton, Chioki Su, Tianran Song, Danish Sunro, Sandra Sorescu, Sophie Sturgis, Lucas Stoit, Wai-In Sun, Cameron Swanson,
Jocelyn Tai,
Gurjavan Takar, Aisha Talper, Brendan Tom,
Robbie Tanderin,
Dynamic Tang, Norma Tetlow, Daniel Taran,
Kai Ying Athena Tai,
Jonathan Tin, Peter James Tivey, Phe Yuan Tran, Valeria Tsidanova, Diana Tu, Katie Ung,
Luis Carlos Vargas,
Luca Veltri, Kimberley Venn, Michael Vong,
Connor Wainwright,
Darren Wan, Yuan Zhen Wan, Chen Yuan Wan, Selena Wang, Xini Wang, Sunny Wang, Hebi Wang, Xiaoren Francis Wang, Ted Wei, Kyle Brody Whitehead, Lucas Willen, Ryan Wong, Angus Wing Chung Wong, Michelle Wong, Jimmy Wong, Matthew Wong, Benjamin Ga-Sing Wong, Jing Wu, Junjie Yang, Pei Hong Kitty Yao, Kavi Brian Yap, Tamara Yik, Andrew Ishar Singh Young, Aaron Young, Rachel Yuan, Ahmed Zuhair Zahid, Joshua Zayons, Emily Zhang, Jeffrey Zhang, Candace Zhao, Teresa Zhao, Ren Jing Zhou, Jessica Zhou, Forrest Drew, Jenny Zuo,
Will the graduates please rise? I am so honored that you are here today in rather chilly weather, and I want to congratulate each and every one of you. The completion of a degree is an impressive achievement, and I want to encourage your family to communicate their hearty congratulations to you by whatever means. For those of you in the mall and members on the platform, please join me in applauding the Beedie graduating class of 2020-2021. What a good-looking group of graduates. I now invite you, the members of the graduating classes, to reciprocate by applauding your family, friends, faculty, and staff, and those who have helped you reach this goal. You may now be seated. Well, I'm very, very excited for the future. This is one of the coldest convocations we've had in a long time. And you made it through it. So I know that there's good things ahead for you, the class of 2020 and 2021. Friends, this completes the formal presentation of graduates and their degrees. But before we depart, I do have several thank yous I'd like to extend. First, to all of you who joined us and braved the weather and joined us in person, as well as those of you who joined us online, thank you. It makes all the difference to have friends and family here, so thank you. And you know, an event like this doesn't happen without a legion of volunteers, staff, faculty members who have worked together to bring this event in the way that they have for us today. So again, please join me in thanking all of the many volunteers who made this possible. Graduates, families, and friends, you're now invited to attend your faculty alumni celebration reception at the West Mall Center, where, as President Johnson said, warm beverages will be served. This brings to a close the formal part of this morning's event, and I'd ask you to please rise and remain standing at your places while the platform party departs. Thank you very much. Congratulations again. Good morning.